In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use a clothes steamer to iron your shirts or to get the wrinkles out of your shirts. I did a video about how to iron a shirt, and a lot of people are saying, well, I just use a clothes steamer instead. And other people are jumping in saying, well, they're no good. I tried a clothes steamer and it wasn't any good and it didn't get the wrinkles out. And the truth is, the best way to iron a dress shirt is with an iron. However, you can use a clothes steamer as well. I don't think it's as good, but it can be effective at getting the wrinkles out, and especially if you don't have the space for an ironing board and all the equipment that it needs. A clothes steamer, such as this, can be very effective. And to address the points the people were saying, with my clothes steamer ruined my clothes, I'm going to show you the 5 tips to get the best results. So let's get started. Now this one would be a pretty poor example because this is an ironed shirt, so I'm going to remove this one for now and show you on a much better example. So, very creased shirt, great example. Now, the first thing is, and on my ironing video, people were saying, well, it's not a very creased shirt, so it's not a very good example, and that's part of it. Straight out of the washing machine, after it's been on its spin cycle, hang it up. When you dry a shirt on a hanger, when it's still damp, a lot of the creases will come out naturally. So that's tip number 1. Always hang your shirt to dry it rather than use a tumble dryer, because that will put creases in and that will dry it excessively. You want it to be slightly damp when it comes to ironing or steaming. Tip number 2, when you fill the reservoir of your clothes steamer, use distilled water if you've got it, or at very least filtered water. I use filtered water because the water we have in this area, I live in central Scotland, and it's very soft, which means it doesn't have a high mineral content. If your water in the taps has a high mineral content, it will give you a limescale residue in your iron and your steamer. So to avoid that, you use demineralized or distilled water, which you can get from a supermarket. In my clothes steamer, I will use filtered tap water because of the low mineral content. So that's tip 2, distilled water. I've turned it on and the light's on, and press the boost button, and I'm going to give it a minute to heat up. That is tip number 3. So what you want to do is give it a good 2 minutes to fully warm up. If you try to use a steamer before it's at full steam, then it's not going to be as effective. Let it properly heat up and you'll be able to see when the steam's coming out. Give it another minute. So tip number 3 is let it heat up properly. Tip number 4 is allow it to purge the old water from the system. From the last time you used the steamer, there will be old water condensed, cooled and collecting in the pipework. Allow this to work its way out. You'll notice sometimes a steamer might spit and splutter. This is because you've got cooled down water in the pipes. So allow it to purge itself first. Now, when you're steaming, hang on a decent hanger, a decent wooden hanger, and hang it on the back of a door, clothes hanger or whatever, but get it in a place where you can actually steam it. You're starting from the top of the garment, work down the panel, slowly and evenly. Now, what I like to do is put a bit of pressure on the bottom edge, pulling it taut. So you're literally pulling out the creases as you go. And just work your way around the garment, panel by panel. Hopefully you can see there it's working already. The heat and the moisture will relax the fibres in the shirt, and this will pull the creases out. So quite simply go all the way around the shirt. Now, is a clothes steamer as good as an iron? No, it's not. It will never get as good a job with a clothes steamer as you would with an iron. However, for being handy and compact and for travelling, a clothes steamer is a very good alternative. The more you do it, the more the creases will come out. And as you can see, it's done a pretty good job already. But when it comes to things like getting a lovely crisp cuff and nice pressed collar, you can't really achieve that with a steamer. The real question that people ask is, would I have a clothes steamer or an iron? And the answer is, I would have both. There are garments that you can't iron, so you're better with a clothes steamer, like suits, for example, that are better steamed. And there are other things that, like shirts, that are much better when you iron them. Basically, all this is a steam generator, like a kettle. And at a push, you can use a kettle or even a wallpaper stripper. A wallpaper steamer will do the job the same, because all it's doing is producing steam in a constant flow, and it works. It does the trick. So if you're traveling and you need something to steam your shirt, one tip is to use a kettle that you might find in a hotel room. You can hang a shirt on the back of the door while you're having a shower and get the steam going in the shower. That does the job as well. Those two are hacks rather than solutions. I would say if you've got the time, the space, the money and the ability, get yourself a steamer, get yourself an iron. As you can see, the shirt's now steamed and the wrinkles are out at the front where I've been concentrating. If I wanted to do a full job, I could literally go wrinkle by wrinkle and get them out. But I think that gives the idea. Tip number 5 is what we do now, which is just leave it. That's now quite damp because of all the steam. So let it air. Let it air in a warm, dry place for a good hour before you wear it or hang it away. And then let your clothes steamer cool down before you put it away, because that will be very hot. So I hope you've found this a useful little guide to steaming clothes and using your clothes steamer, and hopefully you got some tips from that. If you want to see more content like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and always click the bell to get notifications of my new videos. But until next time, I will see you soon. Take care.